Okay, hi. So I'm gonna tell a story. Okay. So just imagine, no, say the main character name is Diana. So Diana is the main character name. So say Diana, um, she was tricked into taking some potion or something and or drinking some juice or whatever, and she passed out. She passed out and she was out for a minute, she was unconscious and for a while. So other people who gave her the potion, who tricked her into drinking the potion, they was just running amok. So they causing commotion, doing evil things, just having regular people comply to things that was not natural. So it was like putting people into bondage, and all these people were just doing bad things. The people who gave her the potion, just say the elites, okay, gave her the potion or whatever. So the elites was having people who were not the elites, like regular people, confined into doing unnatural things, things that they didn't supposed to be doing, working, following these man-made laws, doing a whole lot of stuff while Diana was asleep, while she took this potion. So years then passed, and Diana, she, still alive. She was just like unconscious or whatever. Sort of like Sleeping Beauty. Still alive, but just like out of it. So finally, something happened, and Diana came to. She woke up, so she's like, and she couldn't remember too much of anything, not even remembering her name. She was just like, what the heck? Whatever, what happened. So the elites had her in a room in chambers, the doors was locked and whatever. So they was like monitoring her. Yeah. Monitoring her. So, kept a close eye on her while she was asleep and, just overlooking her. So then she woke up. The potion wear off or whatever, or something happened and she woke up. So then the elites come in the room and was like, oh, trying to act like she, everything all good. Was like, oh yeah, you fine and this and that, like trying to, tell her that everything is all copacetic and good. So she's like, well, what's going on? Like, where am I? Like, who am I? What's going on? So Elise was like, yeah, you're Diana. And she was like, okay, I'm Diana. Cool. Why am I in this room? They was like, oh yeah, this for your protection. It's it's for your protection. So she was like, all right, well, I can leave out now. What's going on? They're like, oh yeah, you can leave out the room and go back into society. So Diana, went back into society, and she seen that people was working, people was sad. It's like poor people. It's trash on the ground. It's like the world just looked effed up. Like society was just like unbalanced. And she's like, what in the heck? So she was like, I just don't feel right. Just don't feel like this how it's supposed to be. Like I don't remember too much, but the feeling that I have is like, this world wasn't like this. Like, it was more beautiful. It was peaceful. It was calm. It wasn't no trash around. It wasn't no poor people. Everything was balanced and stable and good and beautiful, and people was happy. People were joyous. She was like, I do remember like that. Like, I feel like that's how it was and that's how it's supposed to be. But the elite was like, no, it never was like that. This is how it is. People, they get born, then they go to school and they learn some BS on school, and then they get a job, they go to college, they have all this debt, and it's war, and it's famine, and it's, poor people, it's rich people, it's yada, yada, yada. So Diana like, okay, elites, I guess that's, what it is, whatever. So Diana was like, well, I guess I have to start working or whatever, But the thing is, Diana was actually like royalty. She actually was, before she took the potion, how can I say this? The reason she was tricked into drinking the potion is because that's really how the world was. This how society was. It was happy, it was peaceful, it was beautiful. And then the elites was like, oh no, we need to cause chaos. We need to cause some problems. Diana is just have everything so balanced, and we gotta, like, it's just like, so not boring, but it's just like, it's just, the elites was like, nah, we want to be in control. We want to take power. We want to be on top. So that's why they tricked her into drinking a potion, Diana drinking a potion. So, okay. So anyways, Diana woke up, and the elites never told her who she was. The elites knew who she was. Like, hey, we got to keep that a secret from her, that she's actually the one that's the big boss, that has up the royalty one, the one that has all the magic, the one that has all the power. But we cannot let her know that. We can't let her remember. We can't tell her that. So everybody took this oath to be like, we cannot let Diana know the truth about herself and about how this world was before she passed out, before she, was unconscious. So Diana didn't know really who she was, but she had a feeling. But it was just like, ain't nobody telling me anything, and I don't want to seem crazy or weird if I, tell people like, hey, I think I'm in charge, and people would probably be like, no. But then eventually she was like telling a few people, and they was like looking at her like, no, this is how it's always been. Like, if you in charge, then what happened? And she's like, I don't know. I just woke up one day and this is it. And then people was like, well, I don't even, mind you, years done passed. So a lot of people done forgot about Diana. A lot of people forgot about Diana. So it's like a whole new generation. But the elites had some magic stuff that they stayed, so they seen the different eras of people coming and going, but they just kept all this to a secret. So the new people coming in that were born, they ain't know nothing about Diana. It's like they lived and they died. More people come, they live, they die, whatever. Not knowing about Diana, she was not even brought up, none of that, not even talked about, not taught, not nothing. But it was some people who, when she passed out, the people who was around her at that time, like they were, how can I say this? They were captive or bondage. There was like, hey, why you do this to Diana? Why y'all give her that potion? And at least it's like, you got to keep quiet. If you tell anybody what we did, we're going to off you. We're going to hurt your family members. We're going to do this. We're going to curse you. Your generations will be cursed, and all y'all going to be working and this and that. Excuse me. So the people who knew Diana at the time, they was like, oh goodness, well, she's passed out. We don't really know where she's at. We just know that the elites is keeping her locked up somewhere. If she's still alive, if she's not alive, they said she's just sleeping, but it's been years and years and years. So these people, I ain't gonna say end up forgetting about her, but they died off. But they was telling, they grandchildren, children, like, hey, don't forget about Diana and this and that. And then so they was teaching their grandchildren. But the thing is, the grandchildren was still confined into going to school and to, other stuff. So not even they, how can I say this? The only way that they knew about Diana is through their grandparents. And by now, the grandparents passed away. So now the grandchildren is not being taught about Diana in the school system or just in general. So it's just stuff that their grandparents had told them about Diana. So when the grandchildren, they get older, they somehow like start forgetting because Diana wasn't really spoken about, wasn't really known, but they had other people who just like, well, my grandparents told me something about Diana, and they was like, Diana, oh, that's a myth. Ain't nobody. Diana was not a real person. She didn't pass out. There was no such thing as Diana. No such thing as Diana. So grandchildren was like, well, my grandparents told me about that, about her. And other people like, well, where's the proof? Where she's at? They was like, well, I don't know. That's what my grandparents did. They told me about her. But anyways, the story started dying down about Diana. She was forgotten. Years, eras, and passed. And like I said, the elites, they stayed alive some kind of way, or they just did things to keep themselves relevant. Okay. Relevant. So, like I said, fast forward, Diana woke up. She's like, okay, I know something is going on with this world because I just feel like this is not how it's supposed to be. But I don't know. Ain't nobody coming to me and telling me like, hey, you're Diana. Or do you remember somebody named Diana? Like nobody is telling her anything. But she started feeling things and started remembering things and started putting pieces and puzzles together. The universe is like trying to have her remember who she is. So the elites is like, oh my goodness, I think she's remembering who she is. And they're like, well, who's telling her? Who is giving her these clues and stuff like that? And then the elites going back and forth with each other. Well, we ain't doing it, but not knowing that they actually are doing it through movies and songs and TV shows and books and just a whole lot of things. They just think it's regular. But they're like, you know what? Fine, we'll put everything and we'll put the truth right in front of people's faces, and then they probably, if they pick up on the clues, they pick up on it. If they don't, they don't. Same with her. If she pick up on the clues and start remember who she is, fine. But I know a lot of people not going to acknowledge her because it just seems so far fetched, So, anyways, so when Diana came to the elites and, it was like, hey, elites, I know who I am. Like, y'all the ones who tricked me. Y'all the ones who gave me this potion. Y'all the ones who had me asleep for all these many years. Y'all the ones who did this. And Elise is like, nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Nope. You're crazy. Nope, ain't nobody going to believe you. Nope. And then eventually the Elise was like, okay, fine, yeah, we are the ones who did it. But again, if you put it out there, ain't nobody going to believe you. We done trained so many people to forget about you. The only people who really, really know about you are dead and gone. But then Diana is like, nope, reincarnation, incarnation. These people are actually back. They in different bodies, but they're actually back. And they going to remember who I am. They just need to realize that I'm here, that I'm back. So Elise was like, well, we ain't going to pass out the news. We're not going to let nobody know that you're back, that you're actually powerful, that this is actually your earth, your world. We ain't going to let you pass that information around, even though it's the truth and you figured it out. But now we'll wait, we ain't, whatever. So the elites during this time was, how can I say this? Before Diana started remembering who she was, the elites was putting out information of a being that was evil. They're going to say, yeah, a being going to come back and say she's that this is her earth and that this and she is going to come back and be like, this is her earth or his earth, and that they're going to take over everything and it's going to be bad and it's going to be one world order and everything like that. Like the elites is making it like a bad kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, somebody going to come and claim this earth and it's going to be a bad person. They're going to do this. They're going to want one world order. They're going to want one world religion. They're going to have robots and ain't nobody going to be working and having jobs because the robots going to take over the jobs and stuff like that. And people, you have to have a mark just to get food and water and this and that. So the least is planting all these seeds into the people's minds and heads that are here. So therefore, because the elites know that when Diana show up, because they already know, hey, the potion going to wear off, she's going to wake up. So the elites was like, well, we're already going to paint a picture of her being bad. So whoever do believe her, or, they're going to be like, she's the bad one. She's the one that they've been talking about. This one world order, one world religion, all this kind of stuff, making it in a bad kind of evil manner. But that's not really how Diana is. Diana like I said, want the world how it was before she was tricked into taking the potion, which was peaceful, joyous, everybody happy, everything balanced, things are simple, that kind of thing. So, Diana finally gets some kind of recognition, slowly but surely start getting recognition. And then it's like the people who was trained to be like it's a bad thing, they all calling her the devil, the antichrist, the this and that. So she's looking like, what? I'm not a bad person, but they're like, well, hey, you are, everything that you're doing lines up for you to be the antichrist, lines up for you to be the devil, lines up for you to be Satan, lines up for you to be Lucifer. Everything that you saying. And I'm like, I'm not saying nothing bad. Diana is like, yes, I want a one world religion. And it's not even going to be like a religion. It's going to be a one word, like common sense, like say please and thank you. Like no fighting, like talk things out, be happy, travel, love, like everything would be balanced and simple. Everything is not going to be no poor people. Everything will be structured. Everything will be balanced. It's not going to be people having $30 million and somebody only having $3. It's like, no, it's money. It won't even be no money because everything would be free. Water, food, fruits, trees, like, simple. Like trade and things, like people learn trades and trade fruits and apples or just, whatever, like stuff like that. Like no money involved, like no money, like money is paper, like money, no, money is not good, So, people's like, oh no, that's a bad thing. And it's like, how is that a bad thing? Well, Diana, you talking about have people not working, like the robots and the AI is going to take over. And I'm like, yeah, that is true. Because the people supposed to be traveling, you don't supposed to be working. Let the robots and the AIs service y'all. Like if you go to a restaurant and go eat, and I mean, I get it. Some people don't mind being a service to others. Like some people love or don't mind being plumbers. Some people don't mind cleaning up behind other people. Some people don't mind being teachers. They love children. They don't mind teaching people. Some people don't mind being a customer service. But Diana is saying, okay, for the people who still wants to do that, like the doctors who don't mind like doing surgery on people and this and that, fine. And that's another thing. It's not going to be sickness and stuff like that. Too much of the sickness. But anyways, so people is like, yeah, you want the robots and the AIs to take over. And Diana like, yeah, because everybody else supposed to be traveling. You supposed to be enjoying your life. While you here, you supposed to be enjoying yourself, not working. Nobody should be working, especially for somebody else. It's like, yes, have them robots and the AIs be stewardesses, be teachers, be the waitresses. When you travel, have the robots be, I don't know, like people would travel. So people looking at it like that would at least painting a picture of all this being a negative thing, like an evil thing. They ain't going to come back and F everything up. But it's like she's actually fixing everything. But they're at least painting a picture like it's an evil thing. And it's like, no. So the thing is, basically, I'm about to end this. I'll probably come back and do another part to sum it up. But basically, people painted the devil or Diana to be a bad person. But really, it's like, do y'all even know who Diana is? Like, she's not an evil, bad person, the devil. Only y'all listening to what other people say about it. The elites. So, yeah, and it's not really true. Like, find out for yourself. All right. Another part coming.